I wanted to get into Selling Sunset. It's a show that I've been watching since season 1, and they're on season 9 now. And I want to get into this about this show because they mess up with my girl, and I'm just like, we're not gonna do that, right? So before we do all that, let's take care of the business of this channel. If you want to join the SoDeb Nation, please turn on your notifications. Turn them on all so you notified every time I go live or post new videos. Like the video, share the video, comment down below. If you guys are having issues with my audio, please let me know in the chat. Let's play this intro and then let's get into it. Let's go.
I'm fly, yes, I'm high, yes. Everyone that get to this guy, yes. Go out tonight, I just might, yes. Style cleaner than yours, so don't buy, yes. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair. I'm so debonair, so debonair.
All right, y'all, I'm back. Let me check on my phone to see if I'm having audio issues. All right, y'all, I'm back. Okay, I'll hear no more. Okay, cool. So I want to get into Selling Sunset. I'm going to go through the characters because I don't know if you guys are watching this show, but the show is pretty cool to me. This last season, man, I think this season and the season before this, I really wasn't feeling the way they were treating this girl. Her name is Chelsea on the show. So I had all this stuff set up and I got to reset it up, y'all. But I'm going to just go one by one. So first off, you have the show is about these realtors and these I can't think of the names now. Real estate agents. So it starts off with these two guys, Jason and Brett. They are the Oppenheimer group. I think that's how you say it. They actually do all of the lending, the money, and all that stuff. They are they run the place, right? So with them, they have this group of women, and these girls cannot get along to save their lives. I want to say it starts off with, well, I don't want to say, I know it starts off with the first girl. Her name is Mary. And this is Mary. So Mary and Jason used to date. And so Jason has like this, let me move this down here. Jason has this like this undying like loyalty to her, but she's a problem, right? And so the first few seasons, they had brought on a new girl. Her name is Chriselle. Chriselle is basically who the show is about at this point. I don't know who they would say that the show is about outside of Chriselle, but this is Chriselle. Chriselle ended up she came in, she was divorced, she had a son, single mother, trying to get back on her feet after her divorce. And so she starts working for Jason and Brett at the Oppenheimer group. I hope I'm saying that last name right. So she comes in, really rocky start with this girl. Her name was Christine. Christine was a total bitch to Chriselle. I mean, but Christine was that girl though at the group. So they ended up running Christine off the show, period. Christine is no longer there. I think Christine been gone for like at least 2 or 3 seasons. So now you have all the new girls. So let me bring in, first you have Emma. Emma and Chriselle are really good friends. They kind of take up for each other. Then you have, what's going on, Norris? Tell me, can you hear, is my sound good? So you have Emma and Chriselle, they're really good friends. Then you add on to this group of women. Where's the picture at? Chelsea. Okay. Now Chelsea's the only black girl on the show. So Chriselle, Emma, and Chelsea are all really good friends. This show is really based around their friendship. They're the only people that are really friends on this show for real. Then you have Mary, who doesn't, I don't remember what Mary and Chriselle fell out about, but for some reason they fell out, but then they became back cool. They're not like best of friends, but they're cool. Then you have Ananza, which Ananza, I have no idea what Ananza does. Beautiful girl, but she barely did anything this season. She really, I don't think I even see her going on a listing to sell any houses or anything this season at all. But you have Ananza. Then you get what's going on, Renee? Can you hear me? Because they were having issues. Hear me, I had to restart my live. Can somebody put in the chat if they can hear me? So let me go back. So then after her, you get Bree. Now, if y'all don't know who Bree is one of Nick Cannon's baby mamas. She works for them. I don't know if they still have a relationship or not, but she's like the new Christina of the show. She's the bitch of the show, basically. People don't want to mess with her besides this lady named Mary. And I'm gonna get into this stuff so you guys understand what I'm talking about. I just want to show you guys the people that are on the show. You can hear me? Okay, good. It was staticky at first for some reason. All right, so now we have Bree, and then we have Alana. Now, Alana is another person like Ananza. I don't know. I mean, she's at the brokerage, but we never really see her on the show. She really don't be doing nothing. So it'd be just so weird. I'm like, what does she do? Is she out selling houses so much we don't never see her? I don't know. So then you have Alana, and then I think it's one more. Oh yeah, they just added Sandra. So Sandra's the new girl this season. I can't remember where she's from, but at first I thought she's gonna be cool, but then she chose the side of Mary, Bree. I think it's just Mary and Bree, right? Okay. So let's jump into the conversation of the actual show now that y'all have met the characters of the show. Okay. So this season, it starts off because Chelsea and Mary are not friends because last season, when Chelsea was showing homes, Mary made a comment about her cleavage being out. But I'm like, all y'all cleavage be out during. None of them are ever dressed like they are realtors. They walk around like they going to parties. Which, I mean, in LA, I'm assuming that it sells because they do very well with their sales or whatever. So starting this season, they have their season premiere. We'll come to find out they did not even invite Chriselle or Chelsea. Yes, sit with us. Okay, here we go. Here's the article. So this comes from TMZ. It says you can't sit with us. They're not invited to Selling Sunset premiere. These are the main characters of the show. So I don't know how y'all would not invite the main characters to the damn premiere of the show. But it says the women from Selling Sunset are bringing the drama from their reality show to their premiere party because Chriselle and Chelsea didn't get invitations, and it was intentional. Sources familiar with the situation tell TMZ Netflix did not have an official premiere party for Selling Sunset season 9, but Bree organized an event with her fellow cast members. I didn't notice because on the show they act like Bree don't have an issue with nobody. She's going to invite you to everything. But if this was the case, then they lied. And I just think that Bree is jealous of them because they have a real friendship. Bree's friendship is basically based off of her and Mary not liking other girls. Okay. So then we get to this article from TMZ. It says Chriselle is not upset about the invite drama. She says she's trying to make the sun go down on the drama surrounding her lack of invite to the Selling Sunset premiere, telling a photographer it's really not a big deal to her. The paparazzi's caught up with the reality star Saturday, which this was like last Saturday, just because the show just came out. Like, well, the new season just came out. Says, and they asked her about being excluded along with Chelsea from an unofficial season 9 premiere party. Fellow castmate Bree threw. Netflix did not have an official release party for the season. She says it's all good, which this is normal Rochelle fashion. She's going to say it's all good because Rochelle really be unbothered with these girls. Like she's really bothered with these girls, and when she gets bothered, it goes overboard. But we're gonna get into that too. So, oh, don't tell me I got to redo all these shit. Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Where is it at? How many days ago did they say this was? 2 days ago. Mm-mm. Hold on, because I want to read this. Here we go. All right, so then we get here to this. I'm not familiar with this person. Her name is Rachel Bulky, I think, but she posted this on her story. It says, "Okay, today I'm going to be opinionated and speak on Netflix selling Sunset. If I can't use my platform to speak truth, then when it matters, then what's the point?" Jason, who is one of the brokers at one of the brokers, she says, "I know we go to the same gym near your office, and you're always gracious. So I say this with full respect. I understand you're not personally responsible for what plays out on screen, but I hope the production is mindful about how easily narrative can be manipulated to vilify someone undeservingly." So the lady Mary, and I wish I could put the pictures up at the same time so y'all can see what I'm talking about, because I just showed y'all. But Mary, she says, "Mary, watching you this season was deeply triggering. So many Black women in corporate spaces have had to navigate the same exhausting dynamic, being hyper scrutinized, purposely mis, misunderstood, and then gaslit by someone who, due to pure insecurity and feeling intimidated, weaponizes tears and victimhood to push them." She says to watch you diminish Chelsea, which is the Black girl, um, post divorce pain, amplify her ex's success, somehow disqualifies her from empathy, and then turn around to smear her for showing grace to you, then take it farther by campaigning for her to be fired right after stating the income from your show made her privilege was simply gross to witness. That's exactly how microaggressions and racial power dynamics play out in real life. So what's going on here is that Chelsea just got divorced from her husband last season, and her and Mary fell out because Mary made the comment about how she dresses when she goes to her appointments, and so Chelsea is like, "Well, girl, y'all wear the same." So I'm not understanding what the issue is. In the midst of this, she went through a divorce. So Chelsea came into this season, going through her divorce, and she really was going through the season, but Mary wasn't letting up off of her. But the thing is that Mary also is a divorcee too. She does have a new husband on the show, but for some reason she don't have any empathy for Chelsea. So she makes this comment on the last episode about how because Chelsea says that, so what happened with Mary got her home got robbed. Her and her husband's home got robbed. So all her jewelry, she said her family heirlooms, and it was something else that they stole from her. I can't think of what it was. And so Chelsea sent her flowers to her home. And when Chelsea and Bree was at her house, they were filming. And Mary felt like, well, only reason Chelsea had sent these flowers because they were filming. And Chelsea's like, "Well, I didn't know y'all were even filming. So why would that be a thing?" Well, they get the flowers. Mary throws this whole entire fit. She goes outside, talks to production about how she's not doing this, and they want to use her being robbed as a storyline. And Brie goes and takes the flowers that Chelsea bought for her and throws them in the trash. So when this lady is writing this, she's basically talking about how she started crying, all this other shit too. So that's what she's saying. You know, post her divorce pain, amplifying her ex's success somehow. Oh, and then Mary said because she said she told her that she can't sympathize or empathize with her because she gets she gets alimony and child support from her husband, and Chelsea's like, no, look, I don't. I don't get anything. Everything that I do for my kids and me is off my own back. So you can't empathize with me because you were a single mother as well. You just got a man now, and that's different. But for you to even assume that that's not true, it's wrong. What is coming off to me is like you use this black girl's trauma, and because you don't want her on the show, because she ate you up last season about her telling you about yourself, about her coming to her meetings. Well, I guess cleavage showing. And it's like, well, that's wrong. But for her to take, like, she's taking this so far that it was hard to watch. Like, to be honest, it was really hard to watch. And I got some clips I'm gonna show you guys in a little bit. So then the girl Brie, who's Mary's friend who threw the flowers in the trash, Rachel addresses her. She says, especially as a mother to a biracial son, because Brie has a kid with Nick Cannon. She says, I hope you reflect on how these patterns affect Black people. Ironically, I recently interviewed your child's father for this month's Sheen magazine cover story, and we spoke about extending grace. Something is this season lacked. Something this season lacked entirely. The exclusion of Chelsea from the premiere event underscored how alienation can be used as a tool of control and manipulation. It was disappointing to see. We all want drama and entertainment, but not at the cost of perpetrating harmful stereotypes and racial double standards. Accountability isn't shade, it's growth. She says, Chelsea deserves better and we deserve better representation. I truly hope future seasons reflect that. So people are going off because of what they treated this girl, Chelsea, right? So I'm like, well, damn, who all else is talking about the situation? Well, there's a lot of bloggers going off about the situation. And give me a second because I got to scroll down to all these things. So I can pull these back up, y'all, because I was having audio issues. So I'm going to do them one by one. And this girl I'm about to pull up, I think she made a really, 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 really great point about the brokers. If I can find it, I just have all this stuff up. But she was basically saying they need to take responsibility for what they're doing to Chelsea. 3 weeks ago. Why can't I not find this girl? It's not it. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. I got it right here in front of me. You know what? I'll just play this one. I'll just play this one. All right. So here we have one person who's going to get into them because it should be addressed. Like, this really needs to be addressed. Let's hear what she says.
I think we all can agree on one thing after watching Selling Sunset, and that is that the Oppenheimer Group needs an HR department because honestly, Jason and Brett using this company as their own dating and little bit of whorehouse is getting a bit too much.
I don't think that it's Jason and Brett. I think it's just Jason. I don't know anybody that Brett has dated from the brokerage. So I believe that part of that is right. Jason does need to, they do need an HR department, but I think Jason does use it as a dating ground because he's dated Mary, he's dated Rochelle. And I feel like, this is just my own opinion, maybe he tried it with Chelsea and it ain't happening. Or maybe Mary doesn't want him to, or she may know that he likes her and is intimidated by her. For some reason, she's intimidated by Chelsea.
very obvious that Brett and Jason have favoritism and they favorite the women that they've slept with. And since Chelsea hasn't slept with either of them, she basically is up a creek without a paddle. That was really shown when
This is Mary, if y'all didn't remember from before. This is Mary, who she's talking about is intimidated by Chelsea.
Jason tried to have the cameras turned off when Mary was acting like an unhinged Karen, going off on Chelsea because she gave her flowers. I honestly, it doesn't even make sense. But even Nicole did an interview and she was like, yeah, I don't know what the problem was. She could have literally just read the note and not read who it was from.
True.
Like, nobody would have known it was from Chelsea.
This is Chelsea. And I mean, what Lil Kim say, if I was me, I hate you too. If I was you, I hate me too. Yeah.
Nobody. But Mary made it abundantly clear that it was from Chelsea because she wanted to make a problem with Chelsea. She wanted her whole storyline to be about Chelsea. So all we need to know, though, is that the real villains, I mean, Mary's villains, Bree's villain, let's be real, guys, but also Jason and Brett are the villains here.
Again, I don't know. I wouldn't say Brett, but Jason is definitely a villain. I think he like is the puppet master of the villains on the show, to be honest, because Chelsea shouldn't have this many issues when they had Christine, and I'll show y'all Christine again. When they had this girl on here, they got rid of her so fast because Mary didn't like her either, and they wanted to get rid of Chriselle because of Mary. Her hand has been involved with a lot of people who she didn't want there, but they still kept them because they can't keep firing people off the show or letting them go because of Mary. So that's just, I'm giving a little backstory so you guys know. We're going to get into some more of these stories though. How do I get back to that? All right. So then I also did not know that the girl Bree was being sued this season by them. And they weren't allowed to talk about it. But they weren't allowed to talk about it because this is Mary's friend. So hold on. Why is this not coming up? All right. It's like if you're not Mary's friend, then you on your own, basically, with them. So this is Mary and Chris, and this is Mary and Bree. I mean, this is Chriselle and Bree. So dose of morning. Chris Me says Chriselle shared they were not allowed to talk about Bree being sued on Selling Sunset season 9. Let's listen to this.
Getting sued, and Chriselle shared that they were not allowed to talk about it during the filming of Selling Sunset season 9. Back in April of 2024, People magazine reported that Bree was getting sued by 3 former employees. They accused her of harassment, retaliation, discrimination, and labor violations.
I believe it because she does whatever she wants to do. She comes in and she goes as she pleases. She's a total bitch to everybody on the show besides Mary, because Mary's cool with Jason and Brett. So I believe it. And if y'all watch the show, you know what I'm talking about.
They are each seeking $3 million in damages. Back in April of this year, Chriselle had posted this on her story, which is the People magazine article about Bree getting sued, with the caption, "Finding out how she referred to my partner will not make the show, but no, this is not just a political thing," to those saying that.
So Bree is being sued by former employees who claim she harassed them and caused emotional distress. Well, she's doing the same thing on this show. Finding out how she referred to my partner, I forgot how she referred to Chriselle's partner. Chriselle is a lesbian, by the way. And they go through this thing where her partner's pronouns are they and them. And she goes on and says a lot of times, like, it's not a problem for them to like say her wife, because she's married to the lady, to them now. Even I just did it. But she's married to them now. But she's like, if it's a mistake, an honest mistake, is cool. But like, they're doing it to like, piss her off, basically. But not this is not a political thing to those saying that, but her posting that triggering triggered me since we had to tiptoe around the real issues while filming because of this lawsuit. If you move like this when cameras aren't around, move like this in front of the cameras. So Bree's being sued for doing the same shit she's doing on the show from 3 other company employees. So I believe it. I believe that this is the truth.
But her posting that triggered me since we had to tiptoe around the real issues while filming because of this lawsuit. Move like this when cameras aren't around, move like this in front of the cameras. Now, in a recent comment after Selling Sunset Season 9 has came out, responded to someone and said, I really, really appreciate this and you. And yes, another dig about pronouns was laughed about with Sandra and Brie at the reunion as well.
Absolutely. That was very true. That just happened today. They released it today. And they definitely laughed at the fact that Brie and Sandra laughed about the pronouns of her wife. And she literally just said, like, if you're doing it on purpose, like that, I'm going to be offended. But if it's like an accident, it's not a big deal. People do it all the time.
Couldn't find the original comment, but what she's probably referring to is the moment where Brie and Sandra are sitting down. Brie is telling her she doesn't talk about 3 things: Mariah Carey, pronouns, and her religion.
Yes, I'm sorry. So Sandra is the new girl on the show. Sandra and Brie sit down, and Sandra and Brie told her the 3 things you can't talk about are pronouns, Mariah Carey, and whatever she just said. Well, the reason why she can't talk about Mariah Carey is because that's Nick Cannon's real wife that he really had, who you can't with Mariah Carey. So you are not allowed to talk about Mariah Carey on the show because Mariah Carey will come over and have your ass handed to you. Okay. Brie thinks she's a bitch. Oh, Mariah Carey about to show your ass. Okay.
And adds, we aren't allowed to talk about Brie's lawsuit or it gets cut. Degrades multiple people, some I know, and proof of her text berating people using LGBTQ slurs are part of the evidence against her. Mutual showed me things, including how she spoke about G. That was it for me. But you want to know what she didn't talk about? How she used to date a girl. It's fake allyship, and I hate this aspect of the show. On to happier things, a wild ride. Brie is getting sued.
And she went on that reunion and was talking about, oh, I love, I forgot what her wife's name or her partner's name is. I can't think of her partner's name, but she's like, oh, I love your part. She loves her part. She loves her partner. And she was like, she loves her partner better than she likes Michelle. So just really weird. So then I get to this post. This is from the same person. Hold on, I can pull this one up. So it says, hold on, just take it down. Let's take it down. I'm not pulling it up. Okay. Selling Sunset may be over after this season. And let's listen to this.
That this may be the last season of Selling Sunset, okay? Selling Sunset has been around for a while. It has 9 seasons, and I feel like we have squeezed all of the juice from this cast. I truly do not know where they would even go from here, especially because Chrishell, who is probably the main character of the show, if not 100% the main character of the show.
Chrishell is the main character of the show. Chrishell has carried this show on her back since she's gotten there. And I believe she came on season 1 when she had to deal with Christine. And I'm telling y'all, they need to bring Christine back and let Christine deal with Brie. I think unless Christine was going to team up with Brie. But they should let Christine come back and deal with Brie. Brie and Christine will let the other cast members have a show. And I was watching something else today, and it was talking about the Housewives and was saying how the shows aren't working because the girls aren't real friends. Well, the reason why Chrishell, Emma, and Chelsea make that show is because they're actually real friends. We actually did a lot on this season because Chrishell was upset with Emma because she was dating this guy who was trash, and she wouldn't let it go. I do think that she went too far with it sometimes, but I also understood why she didn't want her to date the guy because she was like, I used to come pick you up and you were crying on the floor and shit like that. Like, I feel like she's one of the people where like she cares, but maybe it goes too far. Like sometimes you gotta let your friends, fall on their face. You know what I mean? And I think that Chrishell wouldn't give Emma this opportunity to do this. And so it made Emma feel offended by Chrishell's support of her relationship. So, but let's keep on listening.
Said that she is not moving forward with Selling Sunset, so she's donezo, okay? Imagine a season 10, no Chrishell, probably no Chelsea after the way they fucking treated her this season. What would the plot even be at that point? Amanda and Alana contributed 0 this season. Sandra came in as a new agent without her license. Okay, why are you here? Bree just enables Mary's weird-ass behavior towards Chelsea, and Emma's just there with her fucking lame-ass boyfriend. I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. I don't love Chrishell, so I wouldn't mind a show without her. At the same time, I feel like this cast, we need a fresh new cast if we're going to move forward. Now, I would want to...
Now, I'm not a person about we need a fresh new cast. I think we can still work with this cast, but I think that Mary and I think that Bree have to bring it back some. Like, nothing that happened to them on this show was that fucking bad, for real. I still don't even know what Bree's issues are. I just think she's a bitch. Like, she just wants to be that bitch on the show. And they've already tried that with the girl Christine, and it didn't work well for them because they actually work at this brokerage. Like, this is not like a made-up show, some friends doing some, like, they actually work together. The only person I think that you is the biggest issue, like they said, would be not Brett, but what's the other guy's name? Jason and Mary. I think they're the biggest issues. And I think that because Bree feels like she's a friend to Mary, which I think that's just a power move. If Mary wasn't, didn't have the power that she has from Jason, she wouldn't be friends with Mary either. She wouldn't be. She's just another, she's playing between Jason and Bree. They puppet master Mary the entire time. Because for you to be mad at Chelsea because you came at her wrong and you're carrying it to the point where you can no longer talk to this lady, you can't be around this woman, you can't forgive this woman, even though you are the one who needs to be asking for forgiveness. It doesn't make sense. You called her out on something that everybody in the office does. And if y'all watch the show, these women do not dress like they're going to work. They're not in suits and summer dresses or whatever you wear to work. That, I mean, as a realtor that you would think you were, they dress like they're going to like happy hour or to the club or something. They look beautiful while they're doing it. But the fact that they called Chelsea out, the only black girl on the show, it seems a little suspect to me, and apparently to other people too. So let's get into that. Okay, so here we go. And dose of morning Chris Kiss Me. Y'all need to check this person out if y'all watch the show, because she really goes in and she knows a lot about the show. I love that I can go to her channel and like piggyback on what she's saying, because she's saying all the right things. It's just like I like to be able to do this. Did I pull this up already? No. Okay. Okay, so here's Chelsea and Mary. She's gonna get into them.
The way that Mary is acting, you would think that Chelsea was the one that robbed her. Selling Sunset season 9, if you don't want,
or fucked her man, like unallowed her mom or her dad, you would think that this woman like came and like beat up her kid or something. The way that she's mad at her, it's like, it's insane the way she's so upset with her. Like, she saw her name on a table, like a nameplate of Chelsea's on the table, and immediately started crying and like having a fit.
Spoilers, please scroll away, but come back after and let me know your thoughts. Okay, I just finished episode 8. As we know, Mary and Chelsea are not getting along. They didn't get along last season. Mary had made some comments about her outfits to Jason and Brett, which, let's be real, everybody dresses inappropriate on the show if we're talking about professionalism. And in this season, Mary gets robbed. Horrifying, terrifying, and I feel so bad for her. Let me make that very clear. And Chelsea sends her flowers. She doesn't text her, she doesn't reach out to her, but she sends her a nice gesture to say like, hey, I'm thinking of you. So sorry this happened. They arrive on camera and Bree is there filming with Mary and she throws him away. Mary has a bitch fit. She's like, of course she did this on camera, kind of making it seem like it's not genuine, this, that, and the other. Then there is a dinner that they're all at and they're all having a conversation. They're all kind of just like giving Mary love. Chelsea's totally validating her feelings and the fact that she just lost
I mean, like Chelsea was literally just sitting there. What she's saying is like really like pouring into her like everybody else at the table. Mary waits to the very last, like the last praise of her from somebody at the table, and then goes in on Chelsea.
Lost a lot, whatever. Then Mary's like, the flowers that you sent weren't genuine. Okay, first of all, you brought up the flowers.
It was so random how she did it. It was like it just came out of nowhere, and I'm like, so you're mad at Chelsea for sending you flowers on camera, but if this lady has your address, she has your phone number. You have her phone number. You waited to get on camera to go off on her? Somebody explain to me how that works.
Because later she's like, why are we talking about the flowers still? You brought him up. And Chelsea has every right to defend herself and be like, no, it wasn't like that. Because I don't think that Chelsea would go out of her way to send a couple of flowers on camera just for some camera time.
The way that Chelsea ate her up by saying, ma'am, I sent you $150 flowers. If I really was trying to impress people or make things look a different way, I would have sent you $1,000 of flowers. She said it was $150 flowers. The flowers weren't even cute. Like they were just flowers you probably went online because somebody, like sympathy flowers or something like that you would send somebody. It wasn't like she put so much effort into sending these flowers. It was like, let me send something as to say, I'm sorry this happened to you. The message on the card was nice and everything, but the way that Mary was making it was like she filled her house up with bouquets of flowers to look good on camera. I'm like, well, if that's what all it takes, I don't know what to say, because the flowers that Chelsea sent they weren't impressive. It looked like, let me go to Walmart or something to pick up some flowers real quick and sit them and just like, I'm sorry this happened to you, and going about my way. It just didn't make the anger that Mary had didn't make sense to me.
Just to be acknowledged during a scene. Whether you like it or not, Chelsea is that girl. She is not forgettable on the show. Absolutely. She's very memorable and she gets her screen time. Mary to imply that it was just for the show is kind of wild. And Chelsea had every right to be annoyed and pissed at Mary in that moment. Because why the fuck are you bringing this up in front of people? First of all, why are you calling me disingenuous when it came from my heart? And also, Chelsea's telling her I'm divorced now and I understand more than ever the value of $1. I was sending you a kind gesture. Also, why is she acting like it's that deep? Let's say it was for the cameras. You're on a reality TV show, babe. What do you expect?
That's true. She is on a reality TV show. So even if she did, that is true. You're on a TV show. So everything you're doing is for TV, right? Isn't that right? Don't use my trauma for your pain. Man, you literally laid into her ass about her divorce and how she was privileged and who was getting child support and alimony, which she wasn't even getting. Why did you say that off the camera? This is like Mary is a problem, and Jason needs to either fix it, stop hiring your little girlfriends. Oh, we're best friends. Mary and Jason are so intertwined that they had a dog together, y'all. Had a dog, little Yorkie. Last season, the dog died. Mary has a husband. Mary has a whole husband who they had a whole issue with the first season. And Mary and Jason are acting like their child died. They were sharing the dog back and forth throughout the homes. Mary's husband, I don't understand. You wouldn't send a dog back. Either we keeping it or he's keeping it. But the way that they cried, they had a funeral for the dog and everything. And it was like Jason and Mary were married, and the husband was a visitor at the funeral. The way Chelsea could eat Mary up, I'm like, I wish I could be Chelsea for a day. Because the things I would say, oh, baby, you're not ready. You're not ready for me. And Chelsea got it. I just don't know. I don't think that she's trying to be a problem because she's the only black girl over there. That's my opinion.
I don't know. She's just making it sound like Chelsea did something so horrendous. I'm just like, Mary, pack it up. Pack it up. This is not a good look. Chelsea was right. You're going to look dumb as fuck when this airs. And she does, in my opinion. Of course, everybody has their own opinions about Chelsea.
She did. She looked dumb to me.
and Mary. That's how I feel. I just feel like it wasn't necessary for that to be an argument. And then for Brett and Jason to be like, cut the cameras. Why are you not letting this air? Why are you not letting this be filmed? Reaction to how Mary is treating Chelsea. I don't like that. I don't know. But the way that Mary is acting.
So allegedly, the reason why they cut the cameras was because they were going to fire Chelsea that day. But we'll get into that a little bit more. So let's get into, let me see, do I have any more about Chelsea? If I can move some things around. Okay, let me move this down here. Once you do hers. Because we got to get into Chelsea of it all. Okay, I don't know what she's going to say, but let's get into this and then I'll break it down for you guys as well.
Chelsea came into the O group, I saw the microaggressions. Chelsea was the only one that had to prove her worth before
she ain't lying.
She was accepted into the group. I remember when Christine brought her in, I think it was in season 5, and she went to Brett and Jason and was like, I know this girl, her name's called Chelsea, we get on really well, she's into real estate, she's really good at what she does, I think she should come in, because Christine was planning her exit. Brett and Jason said, yeah, sure, we'd love to meet her. And then they turned around and said to Chelsea, if you can sell this property, we'll let you into the group. No other person in the O group that we've seen on Selling Sunset has had to do that.
No one had to prove themselves. There was one girl who was that? No, that was on Selling Tampa. Yeah, she's the only girl who had to do this over here on Selling Sunset. So yeah, that's true.
Everyone else has come in by association, by recommendation. None of.
Matter of fact, the new girl on this season, she came in. She doesn't have a real estate license and doesn't have to prove nothing. They have hired her. She got a desk and everything.
Them have had to sell a damn thing to end up on the show. Only Chelsea. We cannot pinpoint the exact thing that has made Mary dislike Chelsea so much. And in the last season, it was Mary that was antagonizing Chelsea, talking about her behind her back, getting into her business. And then when Chelsea put the boundary up and said, don't you dare, don't ever have my name in your mouth, that gave Mary a reason not to like Chelsea. But she didn't like Chelsea anyway. She just doesn't like the fact that Chelsea will speak up for herself. What takes the cake now is she's trying to use anything to make Chelsea seem like a threat when she isn't. How are you going to be so upset because someone sent you flowers? I don't care if it was staged or not. I don't care if Chelsea did it so that she can appear some type of way on the screen. For the fact that Mary reacted like that, this same attention that you're saying that Chelsea is looking for, you gave it to her. Because you really could have read that note and put it down and continued your conversation with Bree and your man. But no.
And never said the name on the card or anything. That could have been from Chelsea's cat for all we knew. But we knew what it was because you had them show the name on the card. You had this whole fit about it. Instead of just being like, okay, she sent me some flowers, whatever. You could have addressed this off of camera, but you didn't even do that. So it's just like the double standard is so crazy to me.
Oh, you had to make a big hoo-ha about it. You had to run out to the filming crew, start screaming and shouting, having a hissy fit, moving like a banshee, basically giving Chelsea a storyline that you don't want to give. Then you got Brie looking like a damn hypocrite and a fool, talking about how pretty the flowers are. Then as soon as she hears they're from Chelsea, all of a sudden they're ugly and they get thrown in the bin. Then
that's true too. Brie was somehow how pretty the flowers were. They was all happy about it. So this one was Chelsea. It was like they turned into like little demons. Like, oh my God, check this out. They even put the flowers in the trash can in the house, y'all. They took the flowers to the trash can outside, like the big green ones that people have next to the big blue recycling bin. They took the flowers to the big green one outside. That's how disgusted they were that she sent these flowers. Like, come on now, be real, be real. Oh shoot, I went off of it.
From the moment Chelsea came into the O group, I saw the microaggressions. Chelsea was the only one that had to prove her worth.
All right, let's move over to the reunion. This happened today.
So I just finished watching Selling Sunset Season 9's reunion, and I just want to say, if you're waiting for Mary to come and take some accountability for her invalid crash out over the flowers that Chelsea sent, don't bother watching it. It's actually a waste of time. They wasted so much time on things that do not matter, such as showing us the trailer for Selling Sunset Orange County. Instead,
when they brought the Orange County people on there, I'm like, there is so much stuff. Like, y'all know how like on Housewives, like they have part 1, 2, and 3. These people took like the last 20 minutes to tell us about Selling Sunset OC, Orange County. I'm like, play the damn trailer during the commercial break or at the end of the damn show. We got a lot of shit to talk about right now. And they had just got Mary and I think it was Bree and Chriselle just got into an argument, and they like, we're gonna bring it back after the lunch break. Never got back to it. So I'm like, what was the point of bringing them over here? To show that they got more shit going on than they do? To be honest, I was gonna watch OC anyway, but y'all wasted 20 minutes of the damn reunion to show us OC. We want to see this is done. We're never gonna hear the rest of this.
Instead of actually addressing the things that we want to know. Fair enough. Nicole came out and she stood 10 toes down on what she said to Chriselle. Brie and Chriselle had an argument, and then they decided to have a lunch break and come back to it later, but never did. So at this point, I actually don't understand why Brie and Chriselle are not cool. The only thing that I could...
We will never know why Brie and Chriselle are not cool. Brie just doesn't want to be friends with anybody besides Mary, because Mary holds the keys to Jason, who has the strings.
Infer is that Brie doesn't like Chriselle because Chriselle was still close to Chelsea. Mary was under high pressure and high stress. That's why she reacted the way that she reacted to Chelsea's flowers. I'm not falling for it.
Oh yeah, and she doesn't like Chelsea because she's cool with Chriselle. That's true too. So Brie doesn't like Chelsea because of Chriselle, because whatever the issue that Chriselle and Brie have, which doesn't make any sense.
It was acknowledged that Chelsea wouldn't have known the filming schedules of any of the other women on the show. So how could she have possibly timed it? And all Mary could say was she did say on camera that she was going to send flowers. Brie said on camera that she was going to invite everyone to her Galentine's. And I'm with Chriselle on this one. Why is it that when Brie sent everyone an invite to her Galentine's, Chelsea included, even though she doesn't like her, that was her extending an olive branch. But when Chelsea sends Mary flowers, it's fake, it's staged, it's disingenuous. The double standards are loud.
Very loud. Very, very loud. And if y'all missed what she just said, so Brie has a thing called Galentine's. It's a girl's Valentine's Day because she ain't got no man. So for Valentine's Day, she got them salmon sperm facials. She had got, I forgot where they got the food from, but it was very fancy. It was very nice. Well, Chriselle, Emma, and Chelsea didn't go because they don't get along with Brie. But Brie went on and said, well, I'm going to invite them anyway because I don't really have any issue with them. But you do. And you keep lying about it. But the reason why you're lying about it is because you can't tell what the actual issue is.
Mary trying to say that Chelsea isn't a struggling single mom because she had a rich ex-husband. And then Chelsea saying to her, no, I don't get nothing. I don't get alimony. I don't get any support. Even then, Mary couldn't take her words back. She turns around and says, if that's true, then I apologize. And then
that was up to me. If that's true, it was up to me, because I'm like, why would she lie to you on national television that she's not getting alimony or child support? And she kept on saying, even before you even brought this up, I understand what it's like now that I'm a single mother, and Mary's not even a single mother anymore. But I understand what it feels like now, because I'm a single mother now, and she's taking care of her kids and herself on her own. She was trying to bring Amanda into this, and Amanda was like, girl, I ain't got no parts of none of this shit. Please listen, don't bring me into none of this shit. That's between you and her. And I gotta pull up my favorite thing when it just happens. I don't even know where it's at now. Where is it? Amanda was like,
No, why am I in it?
And you could have did it.
See how I get wrong
because you never apologized.
I didn't even did that though. Do not add me to your, because girl, I think Amanda understands it. So it was just weird that she threw out there that she thought that Chelsea was getting support from her ex-husband when she doesn't get anything.
And when Chelsea hit back and said, it's on public record, Mary turns around and says, oh, I don't be looking you up. Listen, if you're going to accuse her of lying, then maybe you should be looking her up. It's actually appalling for Mary to talk like that about Chelsea. These times, she's a single mother herself. And on top of that, Mary even doubled down and made it clear that unless there's no toxicity in the office, she's going to leave and go to Bali. And then her closing words before the end of the reunion was that it's down to Jason and Brett, basically reminding them of the conversation she had with Jason on the show when she basically said, it's Chelsea or me. This whole reunion was an opportunity for them to come to us with the bullshit because no accountability was taken. They didn't even address microaggression, racism, or even the real reason why Mary doesn't like Chelsea, because up until now, I still don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
None of us know why she doesn't like her. And they're not going to address microaggressions or racism on this show because there's only one Black person on here. So, and they can't have this conversation because they don't even know the experience. I don't think that they know I don't even want to say that they don't know. I think that they are oblivious to the fact that there are these things towards Chelsea because none of these girls can say, well, they don't like her. And it's been talked about throughout this entire season. The only reason why is because she checked her because she checked Mary about somehow how she dressed. It doesn't make any sense.
Out of everyone disliking Chelsea, the only person that is justified is Brie. Before I even put the reunion on, I already found out that Chelsea no longer works with the O Group. In fact, her license ended in June this year. And now that I know that, and I've seen the reunion, the same way that Mary wants to stand 10 toes down and not take accountability for her microaggressions against Chelsea is the same way I'm standing 10 toes down. And I will not be watching any Selling Sunset seasons after this. This is the last one. The whole franchise can go in the bin. Orange County, LA, New York, whatever, I don't care. It can all go in the bin. The only one they can bring back that I will pay any dust to would be Selling Tampa. So I just finished.
And they canceled Selling Tampa so fast. Selling Tampa never got a chance. But so I'm sure that Chelsea. I didn't know that Chelsea wasn't coming back. I did not know that. And I think that they're saying that Chriselle's not coming back either. So damn. I'm trying to figure out what the show's going to be about. They're going to really sell houses by them. The thing is that Chelsea was always selling homes. Chriselle was always selling homes. Emma was always selling homes. We heard about Jason giving Mary homes to sell. We heard about Brie being there, but I don't really remember the homes that either one of them sold. And let's not get on the other girls, Ananza and Alana or Sandra. Sandra was new. She didn't have her real estate license. So that's why you would lose your entire company. I don't know.
Watching Selling Sunset season.
That's wild to me. Let me see if there was anything else about Chelsea before I move on. Okay, so we can move on. So next we get to Chriselle and Emma. So Emma is dating this trash person. He has lots of money, but from Chelsea and Chriselle, the guy wasn't a great guy. But Chriselle was running this into the ground, y'all. Like, I can't even lie. It was kind of cringy. It was uncomfortable. But I get when you're trying to protect your friend, like you kind of go in sometimes, but sometimes you got to read the room, right? So let's see. Let's listen to this.
Did an interview with Us Weekly, and Chriselle is clapping back at what she said in this interview. Okay, so as we know in Selling Sunset, Emma is dating this guy named Blake, on again, off again, and at the end of Selling Sunset, she shares with Chriselle that she's no longer with him and that she did not say yes to his marriage proposal. Well, in present day, Blake and Emma are very much together. And this led to Emma and Chriselle no longer being friends. A while back, fans noticed that Emma and Chriselle were no longer following each other on Instagram. Somebody asked about it in her.
Now, on the reunion, they never said they weren't friends, so I don't know if they stopped being friends after that. But this stuff that she's about to talk about now was said on the reunion, and Chriselle was not trying to say it. So to me, the way that she was like trying to tell her, like trying to get her away from this guy, I felt like she was being a real friend after I knew what he said about Black people. Um, and she kept saying MAGA, but then all of us something about he wasn't MAGA, but it's giving MAGA though. I don't know, and maybe Chriselle just assumed that, but he also was a person that was kind of like dismissing her, sexuality and stuff too. But let's listen.
In her comment section, and she responded, ask her about her MAGA BF who told me pronouns are dumb and that he likes to use the N-word. I just can't with that. Too old to allow that in, but love her from afar.
Now, mind you, on the reunion, she did apologize. Chriselle did apologize to Emma for posting this. But she's like, I don't fuck with him. And I'm not going to because this is how he believes. And I felt like Rochelle wasn't saying things because she still feels like Emma could be her friend again.
Emma went and clarified her version of what happened on this Us Weekly interview and said, he did not say that pronouns were dumb. He would never say that. He accidentally said wife about Chriselle's partner, G. When he said wife, I told him, I explained it, and it was the first time he was learning about it, and he was trying to be good. This was also 2 years ago. This wasn't like a recent situation. I corrected him because I knew I wanted to be sensitive. I'm super sensitive about the situation, so I corrected him and said, sorry. He said, oh, my bad. We're from the South, and we don't really do that here. That's exactly what he said. Then says that it rubbed Chriselle the wrong way and that she's protective of G and she's an amazing person. So she doesn't blame Chriselle for that. Now, Chriselle is saying that is not what happened. Posted this on her Instagram story, which is the interview that Emma did, and says that is not what was said. But good job, Emma, inflaming the hate for my partner and their preferred pronoun use. I have never gotten mad if someone politely got G's pronouns wrong. It happens all the time and I gently correct and we move on. I will wait to see what airs on the reunion before fully responding. Since filming the reunion, his own very hateful posts on his IG story against LGBTQ community speak volumes on who to believe here. And then she shares his stories. This is one of them. This is another.
Now, and then the other craziest part was on the reunion, because that's not on here. When they asked Chelsea about it, Chelsea's the Black person, if y'all don't remember, Chelsea would not respond because Chelsea wants to still be friends with Emma. But when they brought up the part about the N-word, what was said is that he has Black friends and they encourage him to say the N-word. And so Chelsea was very conflicted on how to respond to this conversation because she knows that he says it and it's not cool. Whether his friends are encouraging him to say it or not, you should have enough common sense to understand the weight behind that. And so she was not Chelsea did not want to get into this conversation. I think Chriselle was really upset about it because he said a lot of things about not just the pronouns. He said a lot of stuff about LGBT people. And this girl, she flashed so fast, I didn't get to pause at that point. But these are things he said these are about Black, the Charlie Kirk stuff, the Black stuff. So it's not that he's a good person. I just think that Emma really wants love, and she's got it from a person who Chriselle feels like it's not a good person. And Chriselle and Chelsea both feel the same way. The only difference between Chriselle and Chelsea is willing to let her friend ride this out for herself.
One of them being asking the audience if he should sue Chriselle's dick off. And lastly, there's this TikTok.
Now, this shit was disgusting. I'm sorry.
He posted on his page willingly where he captions it, when your girl asks what's for dinner. It's himself pushing Emma down there. Chriselle captioned it, for sure, believe this man if you want. The internet will look for a way to fill his narrative about you, so I am excited to be done with all of this very soon.
Now, this was like a regular person. It's fun things that they do. Cool, got it. But, and even if she was like, girls is like, I'm out there, I do my thing, like a Mariah Lynn or something like that, I can understand it. But Emma does not carry her weight in itself where I would think that this will be okay to her. I don't.
I'm so sorry to tell you this, but your man sucks. You said it yourself. So I don't believe.
And she says multiple times that her man sucks. Emma says it.
What you're saying, Queen. I just did an interview with.
Okay. Let's move over to Chriselle and Mary. This is so much.
is calling out Mary for being a Karen. Selling Sunset Season 9 just premiered on Netflix. If you don't want any spoilers, please scroll away, but come back after and let me know your thoughts. In this season, we continue to see issues between Mary and Chelsea. These two are not getting along. Mary gets robbed, and Chelsea decides to do something nice by sending her flowers. Mary does not feel like this is genuine. They have a heated conversation at dinner where Mary says that Chelsea only sent the flowers for it to be on camera. Chelsea eats her up. Rightfully fucking so. Then Mary leaves with Romaine, Bree, Jason, and Brett. Very, very angry. Obviously, Mary is very upset with Chelsea.
And Romaine is Mary's husband, if y'all don't know.
In my opinion, I feel like she's blowing this whole thing out of proportion. In the finale episode, Bree has a Valentine's Day. She invites all of the girls, including Chelsea. Chelsea said that she wasn't going to go. Bree's assistant
You already heard most of this. I don't see she's gonna say anything different because I didn't get to hear all this part.
and accidentally put her name card down. So when Mary gets there, she thinks that Chelsea is coming and she loses her fucking mind. She starts crying and says, I just saw Chelsea's name card. It's just freaking me out. I'm sorry, but what could possibly be freaking you out about Chelsea? Anyways, then she grabs the card and throws it into the wind like a weirdo. And now that the season has premiered, Mary did an exclusive interview with Us Weekly where she said that there was more to the story.
Okay, this is what I want to bring up. Okay, good. I'm glad we listened to it. This is what I want to bring up. So listen to this, y'all.
She says, I'm not upset because I saw her name or that she was potentially going to go. There were some issues where I just don't want any part of it. I'm a grown woman and I'm a professional. I don't have this in my life and I'm not going to. I got upset and cried because of that. It was an actual issue. There were definitely things that were said afterwards that I don't agree with and don't want to be around. Between the stuff with Chelsea and then the robbers and the fires, do I really want this anymore? Where the season ends, it shows that I really don't know. What I found to be wild to say was that she says, there was some things from after that dinner that happened that I didn't want to put myself in a situation where I'm in danger.
If you watch this show, what kind of danger would you be in from Chelsea? She literally has never tried. I would be more worried about Bree than Chelsea. I think that she doesn't like that Chelsea checks her ass because she says bullshit to her. But danger is insanity to me because Bree, even they have a conversation where they have a scene where Bree sits down with her sister, and her sister talks about how she fights her ass, like she would fight and beat people up over her all the time. We've never heard anything about violence or anything when it comes to Chelsea. So what kind of danger would Mary be in?
She's referring to the dinner that they had where her and Chelsea got into an argument about the flowers. Chrishell then called her out on her Instagram for having this interview and saying that danger part and said, I was there for all the on-camera and off-camera moments. You were never in danger, girl. Believing that you were regarding Chelsea is really dangerous rhetoric. Do better. And honestly, I may not agree with Chrishell on everything, but she ate with that one because calling Chelsea dangerous is wild. Chrishell is calling out Mary for
So she has another one about
season 9 with everybody, but it couldn't take place because Mary felt like she was in danger with Chelsea there. I'm sorry. What? She answered this comment on her Instagram. Now I don't see the original comment, but this is what she said. Thank you. I realize it pissed off the people I never care to piss off, which are either racist or people who have never had to spend a day trying to understand their privilege or what a microaggression is and how harmful it can be. In 2025, I think it's more important than ever. We were meant to have this conversation at the finale where I talked about this to Mary, but it was canceled because she felt in danger.
So they did try to have a conversation about racism and gaslighting and microaggressions, but they canceled it. Wow.
She then adds, finale with all of us present was canceled because she didn't feel safe being in the room with Chelsea. Let me shut up before I get in trouble. So as we know, in the very last scene of Selling Sunset Season 9, we see Mary at Bree's Valentine's party where she kind of breaks down because she thought that Chelsea was going to be there. Girl, it was not this serious. So she gets there. Originally, Chelsea says that she wasn't going to come, but I guess Bree's assistant printed out name cards for everybody that was supposed to be invited for the party, not necessarily attending. And she saw Chelsea's name card.
Wow. So that was going back playing that over again. So they really had that conversation and they didn't play it down. That's very interesting. That's extremely interesting to me. Which also makes me really not want to watch the show ever again too now at this point. Because it should all be a learning lesson. I feel like Mary is being a big Karen. And it's disgusting. I ain't gonna lie, it's very disgusting. I want to play. Let's play this next part. This is what Mary. It's the narrative of the. Yes, that's what I'm trying to. That's what I've been saying. They have, and she hasn't done anything. Like if you watch the show, you be like, all she does is check your ass because you be saying bullshit to her. Like that's it. Chelsea doesn't give her angry black woman. I don't see angry black woman from her when I watch her. I feel like, why are you calling me when you're is basically calling the kettle black? If I'm inappropriate, then bitch, you inappropriate too. But also the whole office is like none of their events, they're dressed to the like suited and booted up. Like they dress like they're going to have a good time and meet men that want to buy houses. To be honest, that's what it looks like. And I feel like that's the LA culture though. So the comment was so unwarranted. And so I understand why Chelsea had to check her. But after that, Mary should have let that shit go. But then now she's being a Karen because the lady sent her flowers because she got her house robbed. Like it's almost like she feels like she robbed, like she thinks that Chelsea had her set up or robbed her house or something. That's what it gets from me. And this statement is the reason why, because this is what she's portraying her to be. So let's keep going.
Jason picks Mary's side and Chelsea gets fired as a result of this conversation, I will never watch Selling Sunset again. First of all,
I'm telling you, people are not fucking with this like that. And I love that a lot. Like a lot of us ain't watching the show, but the white folks is watching the show and they are sitting around saying, no, I'm not watching this. And I disagree with Mary. No one is really disagreeing with Chelsea because she hasn't really done anything besides tell that girl, y'all dress the same way and sent the lady flowers. Like, where is this anger coming from? Where is the, oh, I'm afraid of her coming from? What is it? Let's keep going.
Oh, it's clear that Jason has favorites in the office. The moment where he gave Mary not one, but 2 Rolexes, like, need I say even more? But the other part is, Mary should have been let go when Nicole was let go because
come on.
Mary's microaggressions towards Chelsea is no less volatile than the thing that,
and I'm gonna get to Nicole in a minute, y'all, because that's on the way.
Nicole said to Chrishell. Also, she's a horrible office manager. Like, I don't know if that's her job, but her job in some way was to corral the ladies, set the tone for the office, hash things out to keep the environment healthy. She hasn't done that one season.
At all.
And Bree and fake real estate agent.
Oh, these are the flowers that Chelsea sent to. If you guys wanted to see the flowers, these are the flowers that she sent on this top part.
Agent Sandra can go with her. The flower incident, you got some empathy from Chelsea, who's not even your friend, spent her hard-earned money, which you know the value of $1 since you just had your things taken, your possessions taken. Okay, so she sends you flowers to be kind, and your reaction is to yell at production, think it's scripted, refuse to stop, like say that you're going to stop filming, which you also did the end party, and then imply that she's fake. And I don't blame Chelsea for being upset with Jason and Brett for stopping filming the moment that Mary wants to take her mic off and disengage from the conversation, when they let all of that volatility be cast towards Chelsea. And the conversation was fine then. What she said was perfect. You were fine getting your content, but now all of a sudden you want to stop.
Oh, because Chelsea did point out to them because the show is Brett and Jason's show. And she was like, y'all was finding y'all's content, especially when Mary was going to fuck off. But when I'm over here clarifying this and telling y'all how this is wrong, now they want to cut the cameras. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Stop filming because Mary wants to stop filming, or because you think that the direction it's going and makes you guys look bad. And Sandra stirred the pot way too much for not being a real estate agent and this being your first season. The way
This lady is not a real estate agent, y'all, at all. She just came this season. She's not even a real estate agent. She came in and she was shaking up the table too, because there was an episode when Brie invited Chelsea and all them to her Valentine's Day thing, and she was telling Chelsea that she feels like Brie was sending her a olive branch, and Chelsea was like, "I don't think that you should be able to tell me this stuff because you haven't been here for all the stuff that's been going on here." And I feel like she should have, if she was going to get involved in the conversation, found out everything that has happened, because Chelsea hasn't done anything to this woman, especially to Brie. Like, Mary and Chelsea had their thing because of those two things. Was Chelsea really didn't do anything, but Brie has no issue with her. Like, she didn't do anything to her, and vice versa. She is just choosing Mary's side because she hates Chriselle. So, but this girl comes onto the show. She's new, and she picks the side of Brie and Mary. So
that we had to watch one-on-one conversations of her with every single agent just for her to agree with the person who's in front of her, then go to the next person and basically agree with the opposite, which would be trashing them.
She literally went to every person from the brokerage, and she did do this. And then she also is digging for tea every time. She can tell me a little bit more about this one. Well, what happened with this? And all of them were not. I'll give this to everybody that was at the brokerage who went and met with her. They never really gave her a lot to like go off of, besides Brie. And Brie was basically saying, or maybe it was Chriselle too. I think they both said something about each other. They're nice off camera. They're different on camera than off camera. I think they both said that. But we know from the show, Chriselle's the same on camera as she is off camera. We don't know the same thing about Brie. So
she's just fake. But to be clear, if Chelsea leaves the show, I leave the show.
Because Chelsea is so beautiful, by the way. I just want to put that out there. She is beautiful. And she has such a great and fun personality. It's so hard to realize why people even have this hard on for her. I don't get it.
That's where my interest was. If Jason picks Mary's.
So that's that one. I got like two more, y'all, and then we are done for the night, because y'all like, what is this show? Let's go to this one. I don't know what she's gonna say because I didn't watch this one yet.
Selling Sunset, revealing in a new interview with Variety magazine that after this season 9 reunion, she's out. She said
that's what it was. So Chriselle's leaving, according to this person. I haven't seen that in any magazines. I know that Jason and Brett better be trying to find a big ass package, and they're gonna have to make a decision with Mary to say, girl, you need to figure out how to calm it down and pull and take your and put your dog away. Talking about Brie, because if Chriselle leaves this show, she's almost like the Nene Leakes of the show. Brie wants to be Nene Leakes of the show so bad, but she's not, because she's never been a friend to anybody. The thing with Nene was she was a friend in the beginning. Brie came in, to me, I feel like she was on a high horse because of Nick Cannon. And even when the new girl came in, she was like, 3 things I don't talk about. She shaded Chriselle, and then she said, you can't talk about Mariah Carey. And it was one thing that she said that I can't remember because it wasn't even important, because they probably have already talked about it. But this is the Nene Leakes of the show. Chriselle runs this show. So when she leaves, you're going to lose Chelsea. And I'm not sure if you're going to lose Emma, because they're not really cool because of the guy she's dating. But they were the show. So I don't see where I'll be interested.
Said the reunion was so brutal. In that moment, I realized I will be done here going forward. I wish everyone the best, but this isn't the place for me. It felt a little bit like a dog pile.
And the other thing that was earlier, said that her contract was over with the Omaha, whatever the name of the brokerage is called. So maybe she's not renewing it. And I know that her partner is trying to have a baby and move her over to Australia. So I know they've been doing fertility things that has been working. So I know she said they have other options. So I'm not really sure if this is true because I haven't seen this in any articles that I've seen. But if they lose Chriselle and they lose Chelsea, I just wonder how they keep up the show.
She also said she liked season 9, but is excited to move on from this chapter. Chriselle is a part of a lot of drama. In season 9, she addressed pretty much all of it. First, the girls giving fight with Nicole, who brought up Chriselle's late parents. She called that moment
I'm gonna bring up Nicole in a minute, y'all. Give me a second on that one too.
Unforgivable. We see a strained relationship between Chriselle and her former best friend, Emma Hernan. The season kind of lays the groundwork for the dissolution of their friendship because of Emma's new boyfriend, Blake Davis, and Chriselle's disdain for him. Chriselle says the show left out a lot when it comes to her thoughts on Blake and that she saw major red flags from the
Which I just showed you guys all that stuff. So it was just about the racist stuff and the homophobic stuff.
beginning. About Blake, Chriselle says, when I met him, there were so many red flags that happened in one short meeting. Sometimes you meet someone and you may not like the way they dress, or they may rub you the wrong way because they're a little awkward. I found real things to be dangerous with his personality. And we know that Emma and Blake are still together. So I think that solidifies where Chriselle stands with Emma. Chriselle is done with Selling Sunset, revealing in a new interview with Variety magazine that after this season 9 reunion, she's out. She said the reunion was so brutal. In that moment, I realized I will be done here going forward.
Which is crazy because at the end of the season, she told Chriselle that she was done with him, that he proposed to her, but she wasn't going to stay with him because she knew it was problematic. So I'm surprised that she's staying with him. But maybe she's staying with him because he's gonna be good content for next season. If they have another season, I'm not really sure. But I can't think of any other reason because she said out of her own mouth he's not a good person. And even on the reunion, she made a lot of excuses, but didn't make excuses, but did make excuses, but kept saying that she wasn't making excuses for him, but she was making excuses for him though. So, especially when Chriselle said the things that he actually said, I'm like, well, you're making excuses, boo. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Okay, so there's this girl, Nicole. Now, she was on the beginning of the season. This is her. She also doesn't like Rochelle. I don't remember what the beginning of their issue was. Let me see if I can go to TMZ and pull this up, because I don't remember what her issue with Chriselle was, the original one. I know what it was this season. I'm gonna just pull this up down, then we'll go back to the video I was going to show. All right, so Selling Sunset star Nicole Young is pushing back on serious claims by Chriselle and Amanza. I would call her Amanza Smith, telling TMZ she's never had a substance abuse problem, which they talked about on the reunion, which I was kind of confused because she Amanza did say she did. She said actually did together. She said we got Nicole. It says we got Nicole at Royal Smoothie Studio City in LA. And our photog asked her straight up if she's ever had a problem. As Chriselle and Amanza claimed during the season's Friendsgiving episode, Nicole tells them she's never had a problem with substance and says Chriselle and Amanza know that full well, which she says makes their public claims all the more heinous. The Friendsgiving fight between Nicole and Chriselle was explosive, and it resulted in Nicole being put in timeout. She went to Miami from the show, and now she's telling them that she's felt like she was singled out. Nicole says she's the only one in the series history to get punished for something she said. And she says it all comes back to the way the Oppenheimer brothers run their ship, which is very true. She says production painted her as a villain because she was strong enough to stand alone, but she's got no hard feelings. She tells TMZ that that's just the way things go on a show where folks choose the path of least resistance. Speaking of Nemesis, Chriselle Nicole doesn't sound like she's buying her claims that that's buying her claims that it's her final season. This may be it for Nicole on the show, based on what she's telling TMZ about the further plans. Yeah, because I feel like because she said she's moving to Nashville. So let's go back to this and hear what she said.
Friendsgiving dinner. I know Amanda and Chriselle accused you of this, drug habit. Can you set the record straight? Is there any truth to that, past or present?
Absolutely none. I've never had any substance abuse, problem. And even worse, they know that. So
I think it's so crazy because on the reunion, Amanda said that they were doing things together. And she's seen with her own eyes. And then on the reunion, she said she didn't do it. And Amanda said she never seen her do it. So maybe she is telling the truth. And Amanda's a liar and she told Chriselle that, and Chriselle believed that. But then Amanda was saying that she was told that, but on the show, she said she did it with her. But this is wild.
Oh, it just makes the public accusations all the more heinous.
Okay. I mean, do you feel like the brothers should have backed you up a little bit more? Why do you think they sided with Chriselle, with the whole letting you go situation?
Yeah. I mean, listen, there's definitely some clear and blatant favoritism going on.
Well, the reasons why they let her go, I will say that I know why they let her go was because she talked about Chriselle's parents who were dead, who were on drugs. So they were like, we don't need that. Now, that part I did understand. So she should take responsibility for that. But Chriselle didn't say anything about her parent, about her. She mentioned her parents. So I don't know if it was the store was mixed around or whatever, but I know that she mentioned that Chriselle was struggling with the issue because her parents had an issue with it. And then Amanda said that they did it together. So I don't know. But she should never brought Chriselle's parents who are passed away up about puff passing.
And that stems from allowing one person in the group to have significantly more power. And that results in some pretty infuriating double standards.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you said double standards. I mean, what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, this is the first time anyone has ever received any kind of repercussion from saying anything, even outside of any work environment.
Outside, what was that? I don't. That's true because I believe Christine got let go, or left the company because of things that she said. Christine was a character. And I know that Bree thinks she is one, but Christine was something else. Christine didn't give a damn. So I don't think this is what she's saying is true either. And I believe she came after Christine left.
Shots have been fired every season since the show began, but all of a sudden now it crosses the line. It just doesn't make sense. And I think that is what is really upsetting for me and for, a lot of viewers.
One of the things that they said there on the reunion was, because Chriselle did apologize to her. And they were saying once a person acknowledges the fact that, I don't know if it was she said something wrong or that she had apologized, then she should look within herself. And I think that was the issue with her, is that even after all this, she still couldn't acknowledge her wrong in that, because at the end of the day, she should have brought up Chriselle's dead parents. Sorry. I mean, I just don't see how that was okay to talk about. That's stuff like that little video they be having where they were like, that's why your mama fed it, that's why your mama dead. Like, how we get here? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was just a lot. They went a little too far.
Okay, so it's no surprise you're meant to be painted as the villain. Why do you think you got that?
And she's not the villain. Bree's the villain. I think she wanted to be the villain. She wanted to, but they all threw her underneath the bus. I mean, like it was like a group. It was a company wide. She needs to go situation. So I don't believe that she didn't do anything wrong.
That edit, or why do you think you're the one this season?
You know, I think it's clear since season 1, anyone who is strong enough to stand alone gets painted as a villain. And in defense of production, I will say, I think part of that decision making comes from choosing something that is the path of least resistance.
Okay. I mean, Chrishell's pretty much saying that this is her last season. Do you think she's being for real, or you think she's just talking?
Who cares at this point? I honestly think she's cried wolf about that far too many times. So I don't know if her statements about that carry much weight anymore.
Okay, so what's next for you? Are you planning to still stick with real estate?
Absolutely. Moving to Nashville. Very excited. Definitely be doing real estate there, and still doing, real estate here in LA for select clients of mine. So I'm really excited.
Okay, I know. So would you ever?
I just don't, can y'all look into somebody's eyes and don't believe what they're saying? Like, she doesn't look happy. She doesn't look believable either. It feels like she's holding something in, or I don't know. She just, like, her eyes don't give, I'm being honest, to me. And not that I don't like her, I really don't remember her before this season. I remember what she said, but I don't dislike her or like her. But something in her eyes is just not telling the truth.
Like, start an O group in Nashville?
Well, funny enough, a few months ago, Jason asked me that very question, and asked me if I would be interested in opening a Nashville office for him. I've tabled that for now. We'll see. It's not an offer I've accepted. I think I'm gonna do my own thing there, but who knows?
At the Friendsgiving dinner.
So he still wants you to work for him after he let you go or told you to take a break. I hope your split ain't 60-40. That's all I can say. So I think this is my last one. Yep, this is my last part about this. So we get back to Mary. So after Mary has caused all this shit, she goes on to TMZ and says, life's nicer without alcohol. When did she stop drinking? Because this last episode, she was just drinking. They were taking shots. So when did the drinking stop? And there's no date on here. It says Mary had lots of success over the course of her career as a real estate agent. And one of her proudest achievements is being able to give up drinking. The Selling Sunset spokesperson to Guru's magazine and said her decision to lay off the sauce was part of a spiritual overhaul on an apparent healing journey. That's her husband. Oh, that's cute. Mary said while she didn't really have a problem with the alcohol, she started seeing it as an impediment to her health and as a source of anxiety, even though it used to help her relax. She eventually switched over to mocktails and says she is grounded and centered in a way she hadn't been before leaving booze behind. Mary still has to deal with high intensity situations like reunions with her Selling Sunset castmates. She even walked out of the taping of the show's explosive season 9 reunion special. She did do that. She said she wasn't a fan of the energy in the room while the special was being filmed, and took off once she'd had enough, when they was holding you accountable, basically. Mary said she wanted to keep a strong backbone and stay respectful during the ordeal, but hey, everyone's got their limits. I would love to know when she stopped drinking, because she was just definitely drinking on the last episode. Maybe she stopped drinking before the reunion. And maybe that's why you have an issue with yeah, I can't think of her name now. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't even think of myself now. Chelsea. Everybody got an issue with Chelsea because she was drinking. Girl, who gets mad over the shit you get mad at over all this time? Shit. It don't make sense. I don't know how you mad at this lady. Stop sharing this and share this. How are you so mad at this lady? She didn't do to you. Like, I would love to know what the issue with her is, with her telling you you have your titties out too. You don't dress like you're trying to tell me to dress. You're not my damn manager and you're not my boss. I can dress how I want to. Y'all do too. I think maybe they might be jealous of the fact that Chelsea has body. And maybe they don't have, I mean, Mary definitely doesn't have the body that Chelsea has. She doesn't. So I just don't, I wish I knew the issue with Mary and why she's so mad at Chelsea. I'm about to go to bed. I'm about to finish this now. I'm almost done now. So, but why are you not in bed? But anyways, y'all, I just want to come on and talk about that because I was up. I just watched the reunion. I'm like, I want to talk about this because they are not going to treat my girl Chelsea like this. And I'm so, if she leaves next season, I'm probably not gonna watch this season again. I love Chelsea on this show. I love Chriselle on this show. And I love the friendship that Chelsea, Emma, and Chriselle had on the show. So if they're not going to be there, I don't see the purpose of watching it because I don't want to watch Bree being rude to people. I don't want to see Mary being pacified. The new girl, is she going to get her real estate license? And not Amanda, I don't even know if she sells. I don't even know what her job is. I think she was like staging houses at some point. And Alana, I'd be forgetting that she's even on the show. So all in all, what is the show going to be about? Bring Christine back, I'll watch it. And bring Christine back, and I'll definitely watch it next season. But bring Christine back, and then her and Bree can't like each other. And I want Bree to understand how big of a bitch she is to everybody else in that damn brokerage. And so then they can bring everybody else back, and so she can understand how the shit is just rude. Like, Christine don't need nothing from none of these folks. And she definitely not gonna be jealous of Nick Cannon's sperm donor or egg donor. And from this season, it sounds like at some point she may have another baby by him. For what? So that's my spiel on that, y'all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Y'all knew what I was talking about. I try to give you guys all the characters and then go through the show so you guys can see all that stuff. But I am going to get back on here. Who is Yolanda? Hold on, let me look this person up. I don't even remember no Yolanda. There was a Yolanda on here. No, it says it was not. Okay. But yeah, definitely I say bring back Christine and give Bree a piece of her own medicine. I think that's the only way that show is going to work again. Oh my God. You ever look at a person that's not even on the show? But yes, I hope they bring back Christine to give Bree a piece of her own medicine. I think that will calm that damn brokerage down because Christine was not to be with. Okay, Bree has nothing on her, and that's all I have to say. Listen, y'all, make sure you guys like this video, share this video if you watch this show, or if you haven't watched it and you're gonna watch it. Comment below. Let me know what you think of the things that I've said about the show. Are y'all okay with the Chelsea disrespect? Because I'm telling you now, a lot of people are jumping ship from this show because they're disrespecting Chelsea. She's the only black girl on that show. She hasn't done nothing to them girls on that show, and they are really giving her. So they're making her look like this angry black woman that she's not. So I will leave you guys with that, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.
I did it, 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 did it, you did it, I did it, you did it, did it, I did it, I did it, I did it, did it, I did it, I did it, I did it.